Now that I have things constructed the way I want, I'm going to create a deformer to help me distort the shape or this shape of this needle. Um, what I'm going to do is create what's called a wrap deformer. So I'm going to use the side view to help me out. I'm sorry, the front view to help me out. We'll create a polygon primitive cylinder. I don't want a lot of divisions. I know that I used 8 to make the needle and the rod and pellets inside, so I'm going to leave 8. But probably for the height divisions, I can just go to 4 for now, and then we'll see if we need more or less. And I'm going to do this in the z-axis, so it should create it pretty much right there. Okay. I'm going to say face. I don't want the faces on here. I don't need them for what I'm going to use this for. So this shape is actually going to become a tool to help me deform the items inside. Now I have a shader, nothing very exotic, but it's just a kind of a lime green, and it's got a lime green, and I've adjusted its transparency really low so that I can see through it. So what I want to do, how this works, is this vertices now on this polygon are going to make the we're going to control vertices on my more complex object, in this case the needle. Okay, so I'm going to insert under the mesh tools, insert edge loops, and I'm going to insert 2 edge loops right where those 2 protrusions are. Okay, and let's see if I go to the top view, because it's easy to get misunderstand where I am. Now the reason I'm doing this, I could go in and grab each of the vertices. My needle locked, I think. I could go in and go on to my vertices and grab all these vertices that make up the definition of this form, but you can see there's quite a few of them. So what I'm trying to do with this wrap deformer is instead use this simpler set of vertices to control the larger collection. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I've got my wrap deformer. I want to make sure too, I just want to make sure where I am as far as, I'm going to insert one more, maybe 2 more edges here, just because I don't want this to be, I don't want the effect of this metal piece is spreading open to go too far down the shape. I don't anticipate seeing this much in my field of view when I film this or record this, but I'll just make some more. So really, these 2 edges are the only 2 that are going to work for me. So just before I start to put this into use, I want to make sure that I get rid of the history and everything on this wrap deformer so that I can, so it's clean when I apply it there. So I'm going to delete its history, freeze its transformations, and not necessary, but I'll center its pivot. Okay, so now I'm going to actually select the needle first, hold down the shift key and select the wrap deformer. Sorry, I missed the needle, or I let go of the shift key. Needle first. The object you... Okay, let's try this one more time. The object you want to shift, you want to deform. And then... Let's try this one more time here. It won't somehow let me keep this. Try that. Okay, let's see what happens. So I'm leaving everything default. See, this tells me it doesn't have enough surface. Okay, close. Let's try doing this through the outliner, see if that will let me do it. So there's my needle. Oh, maybe I have the needle, I'm sorry, maybe I have the needle locked. No? Okay. There we go. I must have had the wrong. I was working with that tool. Alright, so I've got those two things selected now. And again, the order was the object I want to deform, and then the thing that's going to influence or be the wrap deformer. So now I can go under deform, wrap. I'm going to leave everything by default for right now. Say create. Now what I should be able to do is get the vertices on these two edges, the ones I created specifically to control this area. Got the wrong ones there. I don't really need that one and that one. And then if I scale them, you'll notice that I can make those two edges spread. And because I put this other edge here, that influence or that effect is being limited pretty much to just this distal portion of the needle. So that's pretty much what I want. I can get that kind of pretty extreme move. The key element here, of course, is that I've got to be able to get enough of a spread that the tab on the top of these pellets can come through. Okay, so that's all we're going to do with the wrap deformer.